All right, all right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with the message. And I would truly say this is a lovely evening in which the Most High, Ahia has made. And I, Sister Deborah, share, and I will rest therein. This message we are about to discuss are really just set here for questions. Anybody have any questions? I know I have some questions. Any questions? If I can answer. If I can't, I'm sure someone in the live can. Hello, everyone in the live chat. It's good to see you. I always say good to see you. I see your name. I don't see your face. That's seeing you. Okay. But uh, tonight is a night of questions. Anyone have any questions they want to ask Sister Deborah or ask someone in the live chat? Let's really pretty much talk. Um, Alrighty. Any questions? Or somebody got something to tell us about what's going on and um, what they think about where we are heading? Heading. Ooh. Anyone? I guess I'm going to have to start off, huh? Shalom, shalom. This is a time where we just going to ask questions or give answers, or you can ask anyone in the live chat if you want to ask someone in the live chat, or we just relaxing and we just talking and discussing different issues that's not going anywhere. Nothing is going anywhere. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's going to worse and worser. So it is going somewhere to worse and worser. So I will say that. So yes, it is going somewhere. Okay. I don't know about in your state, but in Missouri, fall showed up and showed out. I mean, when it came in wanting you to recognize that I'm here. Woo-wee. I mean, the day of fall, first day, came in acting like it had power. I thought that was unusual because you really start feeling that thing during October. But it came in and it identified itself. Hey, I'm here. It's my season now. Okay. Um, I noticed one thing, and this is just something to me kind of scary because if we're in a time period where you see all this technology and all this know-how and smartness, but no one can pinpoint the weather. Heaven the Most High spoke of that. You can't get nobody can give you the weather and say, okay, today it's going to be sunny and what 70 degrees. No, 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 not here, not in Missouri. They can't get it right for nothing. They cannot get it right for nothing. And it's been going on longer than probably a year now. It's they never was I say in the last 3 years up on it, but now they can't even tell one day from the next. Yesterday it was said to be no rain, uh and it was I think it's supposed to be 70 something. I'm not sure of how hot. Do you know it rained? I'm like saying, wait a minute, I checked this the night before. I got up in the morning and it didn't show rain. So how is it raining out here like crazy? It just don't make any sense. It makes sense. I'm just saying it don't make sense. It don't make no sense that they don't have sense enough to know what they're doing. But then I also know it don't make sense to them because they don't know who's doing it. Okay, let's see if we have some. Woo, you about to tell me that. Because you need to tell me that because I never saw that before. Mm-mm. See, people don't realize that Ahia is not male nor female. They haven't gripped that yet, y'all. They don't understand. He ain't male nor is he female. No, he's not. He's not male nor female. They still haven't gripped the fact that he calls the earth mother. He calls the whole house of Israel daughter. You see, they still ain't gripped nothing. See, they don't understand that. Why is he calling all that he created a she? But yet, he's a he. He is a spirit. When the spirit is in the heavens as an angel, he's nor he nor she. He is an angel. You would never find in the scriptures where he said a male angel or a female angel. He might call them by name, but their name is not saying that Ahia is male. His ruach, his spirit, is that shows you how sick they are. His spirit can't be a male. It's a spirit. When you get to heavens, you're not going to be male nor female. See, they don't grip that because they stuck on the world. That's all I can say with that. It has. It's changed on itself. Have you noticed that? I mean, daylight savings. I mean, it came in just like the fall did. It didn't wait on man to set the calendar or set the time back or up. It came straight on in. So I don't know about this winter, y'all. We might have a winter. I don't know. I ain't gonna say because I ain't the controller over it. But you're right. That daylight savings, and my thing was I was kind of acting really silly about it because I wanted everybody to notice that. Wait a minute, y'all, look, it's getting darker before they even set the time, and then that's the only time you got people to start looking at it. You know, my kids start saying, "Mama, you see how dark it got?" I said, "Didn't I tell you?" Yeah, you're right. It has just came straight on in, but just like fall just came running in like, I'm here, now what? Okay. Yeah. They said a lot of things about the spirit of the Most High as a she or a he. He's neither nor. He said he gave us his image. And when he gave us his image, guess what it was? Him and her. Adam was a he, she was a her. But guess what? It was his image. Now, do that make sense? So what image is he? If he gave her an image of himself and he gave him an image of himself, then what is he? He, she, he, what? Neither nor. Dark as sooner. Mm-hmm. That's it. Nature don't comply with white supremacists. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's it. And that's something that is really, But he also spoke about it in Revelation. And you know what else I'm hearing? And tell me what you all think about this, or give me your feedback. And it kind of hurt my little heart because I don't know. I can't see how Haki could have got Melly so vaxxed. It is off the chain. But he got Melly totally vaxxed. Now, Melly is saying the whole Bible was written by British, you know, and King James came out of Elizabeth family status or control and power. I think I can say a lot of things on here, y'all, and I could open my ugly mouth and say a lot of things. But one thing I am not going to do, I'm not going to be chasing, is this true? Is this true? This book, this book, this book. You know why? If greater is he that is in me, what book on the outside of me must I chase? You see? And Melly, I kind of listened to him for like 15 minutes and it hurt my little spirit because he was so good, y'all. He was good in them scriptures. And today, to just deny that it's all fake and none of it's real, none of it's legit, and it has something to do with the Moors or something, all kind of stuff he's saying. And I'm like, oh, Haki really got him vaxxed. I don't know how he did it, but I knew Haki probably could do it because he first started with the elders. And those elder guys are so good, child. They have you laughing. You hear me? They like to bring it, and they like to bring it in with wisdom and knowledge and have a lot of fun with it. So Melly and them was all together, him and Haki. And the old heads gave them the table, meaning so they sat at the front table and conduct the whole a message. And Melly on his left side was Haki. Haki got a dark spot right in the middle of his head. He wants to be a Dr. Sadie, so bad. So he's chasing the world. People don't understand. It's nothing on this earth that's going to keep you alive. We all going to die from something. You can run around and you can eat healthiest as you can. And be in the car and have a car accident and be gone. What good is it? Let me set an example. My oldest brother, he was a fitness coach. He always played football in high school and in college. He went to the military, but he decided to become a fitness coach. If you saw him at his funeral, you would tell us that that's not a dead man in that casket. You said, no way, no way. He was so built and so nice looking, everything. He was just, you wouldn't have never known that this man had a massive heart attack. You see? I think he had like 16 people that throughout Monday through Sunday, they were scheduled for their lessons. He was a fitness coach. And this is what he was doing as far as his job. But his main job was a computer analyst or something like that, had to do with these computers. And you would never have known. If you look at him, you say, no, this guy didn't die of no. Yes, he did. So what I'm saying to you, he got people teaching people how to eat right, to do this and to do that. But wait a minute, how you die? And how was my brother? Probably 58. I don't even know if he was 58. But I'm just still saying to you all, don't get hooked up with people who's telling you got to eat this, eat this, eat this. Know how to feed your body. Don't put a lot of nonsense or crap in your body. Don't drink all this soda and all this sugar and pork and things that's not good for your body. But don't be trying to chase the idea that you can keep yourself, because you can't. You can't. They got everything throughout one end to the other, telling us how we should eat this and do this. If you do this, if you do this, if you exercise, if you do this, if you do that. You know what, you guys? I do things based on the way I feel. I showed y'all the hair dye, how I'm going to dye my hair. I'm going to do it. Why? Because that's what I want to do. That's my outer man. It ain't got nothing to do with I stand before the Most High or higher. I'm going to be a spirit when I stand before him. My hair does not dictate how I feel about my Most High and how he feel about me. You know why? He's not in my head. He's in my spirit. So I just feel so bad that Melly allowed him to do him like that. He did something because Hakeem was practicing. This was Hakeem was doing. He went to college and he was practicing all that Satanism and witchcraft stuff. Talking about he has to learn it all so he can teach us what to expect and what to watch out for. But I believe that he put something on Melly. Because Melly Melly was the head man. I mean, you could sit and listen to him every day. At least I could. But when I saw him going downhill and I hear Hakeem saying things, I'm like, wait a minute, Melly, y'all better watch out for Hakeem. He's talking all this Satanism mess and showing books on his page saying he's studying this so he can learn about the other side, the dark side, so he can warn us. You can't warn me of the dark side. The dark side gonna mess with all of us. We have experienced the dark side without even having no book, because we know that Satan is present. But it's just sad how he got Melly out there. He's way out there, and the Father gave me a couple of verses to give to him. Matter of fact, I think I got about like 6. But I know. I just really feel sad because he's such a good person. But you see, y'all, what did I tell you? Y'all ain't gonna come back here and say, wait a minute, Melly, don't follow Hakeem. Hold up, Melly, don't go that way. No, he ain't. You want to go there? Go where Hakeem at? Follow. That's how Ahaya is. He ain't coming to deliver you out of no mess. So if you ain't found at least a pin needle or light to try to help you out, you're a mess creep. And you know what? You're saying that, but they didn't brought at least 7,000 to 8,000 people from Ukraine, and I think it was last summer from a part of Africa. Y'all brought all these people, and they brought others here from Cuban, I think it was. But the problem is they didn't brought all these other people here, giving them houses, vouchers, food stamps, jobs. They giving them people everything free. But then you tell somebody not to help the homeless. I'm going to tell y'all something. We here to talk, okay? So we're going to do just that. But I want you to understand, stop waiting for the world to do something for the less fortunate. We have to get up and do something. We got to do the role that represents my Father in the heaven. You know, either you with me or you against me. And with that being said is, think of that, doing something yourself. If you're waiting for the world to do it, you're not representing the Most High or higher. Do something yourself. And if they saying you're going to get locked up, wait a minute. Every apostle and men of the Most High or higher, that's what they stayed in jail. And if you're going to lock me up from giving somebody some food or giving somebody some money or some clothing, you lock me up and you lock me down. But when you finish locking me up and locking me down, I'm going to hum to the Most High or higher, and he's going to open the gates. You see, because either we have to see, what is it Ahaya having us to do? Okay? What do he want us to do? What you say, it might be too much sugar. But at least it's natural sugar, huh? It's the man-made sugar you got to watch out for. That natural sugar ain't too bad. It's that man-made sugar that you really got to watch out for. But it's really, they want to rule and control everything. But that watermelon sound good. Because you know what? I do that. I don't drink a whole, and y'all, I might drink a half of watermelon, or I might. I'm serious, y'all. I'm serious. I love watermelon. But, we have to understand that he said, I was hungry. You didn't feed me. I was out there. You didn't take me in. I was in prison. You didn't visit me. I was sick. He's telling us. He ain't telling the world. He's saying this to us. That is something we can find ourselves doing, because these are the things he's going to say. I was hungry. You didn't feed me. I was out there. You didn't take me in. See, the thing is this. When you get yourself right with the Father, how can you get right? You'll never know what that's like. Okay? But he says, seek ye the kingdom, and all shall be added unto thee. You see? So that means that once you put the Father above any and all things, anything that comes after that, you're going to be all right. You see what I'm saying? You will be all right. Somewhere along the line, and I hate to say it like this, but this is the truth to be told. People that's out, a lot of them minds are already gone. I think I would say it's the third biggest thing about this Hebrew Israelite movements that's messed up from the floor. And that is the whole idea that the mind shall and will be destroyed. Only thing's going to be holding it up is the spirit of who you are. When he told the angels to mark those in the forehead, don't think he's talking about your flesh head, baby. He's talking about your spiritual head. You see? Because can't no angel come and mark you in your natural flesh. He's a spirit. So when he marked you, it's got to come beyond the flesh into your spirit. So Ahias is already marked. You see? But it's not in your natural. That's why you can't see it. That's why you don't know it. But when you seek ye the kingdom of the Most High, and all shall be added unto thee. That still is measured by him. You see, because we want to do things, and he already told us what we can do for him. He already told us. He said, I was hungry. You didn't feed me. Go feed me. You see, I was out there and you didn't take me in. I'm not saying go running out there and get everybody, because this year is gone. He will send somebody in your midst. You see? And you'll think they just a person just out there. He ain't telling you to go out there and collect them people and bring them in. He's still saying, seek ye the kingdom. That means seek me, and I will direct you to who is in need and who you should feed. You see? Who is thirsty, give them a cup of water or food to eat. Somebody in prison, it's a millionaire, but then he'll give you the ones to speak to. See, because you're seeking him. Seeking what? His decision on this, not yours. That's what he meaning. Seek ye the kingdom, and all shall be added unto you, because the kingdom gonna show you what you can get added unto you. And seeking him is like feeding the homeless, feeding the hungry, the homeless as well. Oh, you guys, there's so many good ways to do that. It is so many good ways. I remember in Atlanta, Georgia, I did fruit baskets, but I put them in plastic bags, and I put grapes, apple, oranges, bananas, and I think pear is what I put in there. And I just made me a whole lot of bags like that. And I took them out. I did here in Missouri, I did Bibles, gloves, socks, Bibles. Did I do coats? I think I did coats too. I just anything that I know that can represent my Father. But somewhere along the line, we got to get flesh out the way. That's another part of it. Because once we do it on our own, then it does not represent the most high or higher. But going back to what I said, what did I say? Seek ye the kingdom. Seek ye the kingdom first. Because the kingdom gonna tell you what area to go into. It's gonna tell you what to give them. It's gonna tell you who to give it to. You see? When you go to the prison, he's gonna tell you which prisoner he would give this to you. You see? What did Yeshua say? What did Yeshua say when he got down here? All that I have, God has given it to me. I didn't do this. This is my Father. He's letting everybody know everything that is I do is of my Father. Why? Because the kingdom was running this. The kingdom was running it on the earth. That's why he said the kingdom of heaven is at hand. We didn't know that. We still don't know today. That's what he was saying. For the kingdom of heavens is at hand. Right at hand reach, y'all. Who is the kingdom? A higher. Yeshua was saying it all the time. He wasn't claiming he was the kingdom. Never did. Everything he did, he always referred to the Father. And that's all the Father is saying. Seek ye me, and I'll take you from there. Show you which way to go. Show you who need. Show you how to go about it. Show you what to give them. Show you how to get there. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. Wait a minute. Back it up, Ahia. Back that thing up. Hold up, Ahia. I want to be a little of this. No, he ain't asked you. He asked you to do his will. This is what he asked. This is what the men. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. This is sad. Listen to this. Listen to what he told the men to do. He said, I want you to deal with the orphanage. The orphanage. I want you to deal with the widows, the fatherless. Now, what do all of them have in common? Don't have a male in the midst. But I want you, men, to go into there and you deal with that situation. Not one on this devil platform has proclaimed it. And I've been on here 4 years. Not one. Not one proclaimed it. Not one is doing it. Not one will do it. They got their tails building up their empire. And he said, build not the treasures here on the earth. Oh, no, you can't do that. You got to be building up the treasures for heaven. And one of them is dealing with the orphanage, the widows, the fatherless, the hungry, the homeless, the prisoners, the hospital. Don't come to me talking no crap. You don't know what I want you to do. Don't tell me that. I gave you all list of things. This is him. I gave you a list of things what represent me. Either you do it or you don't. See, you can sit on this earth and make everybody think you representing me all you want. But this represents me right here. And guess what? I done told y'all when you see me on the other side, I'm going to tell you I was hungry and you didn't feed me. So who am I talking to? You think I'm talking to the world? He ain't talking to the world, y'all. You see? That's why people thinking that he's going to wait to get you to the kingdom of it before the judgment seat and tell you and judge you. No, you already been judged. You just too ignorant to know it. You already been judged. Lamb Book of Life been written before the foundation of the world. You already been judged. Your action speaks of it. It speaks of it. I have not found not one person that's teaching and uploading videos speaking spirit and truth. Not one. I have not found one group of men that's dealing with the widows, the orphanage, and the fathers. That's out there speaking to the homeless. They out there in New Jersey, Chicago, hollering at the heathens, telling them what they gonna do to them when Ahia bring them to the promised land and how they gonna be their slaves and all. Wait a minute, what? Wait a minute, hold up, bro. You in captivity. You know what that means? You still in prison talking. See, that's the ignorance of our men. You got your tail in prison and wolf talking. You wolf talking. And you locked up. You in prison, wolf talking. And you think that pleased the Most High? Most High said, see, Deborah, I ain't coming nowhere. 400 years and they still wolf talking. And they are the one in captivity. And they doing all that wolf talking. Ain't nowhere near promised land. They ain't nowhere near no understanding. They ain't got spirit and truth, Deborah. They ain't got the end game. They don't have no light. They don't have none of the gifts. All they doing is wolf talking. Blowing hot air. And got all these Negro people following them as if they getting a full meal deal and a hot one at that. I don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, something's going on, huh? I'm sorry. It's not pulling up. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's good. That's good. That's a good one. Always bringing him in the midst. Mm-hmm. That's good. Volunteering. Yeah, I think that used to be a good one, wasn't it? At one time, Awakening, Remnant, Coalition. Don't I remember? I think I did listen to them at one time. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out. I believe so. I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure. I have heard of them. I think they're pretty good. I think they have. I think I've heard of them. But this is where you know that Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 25 is really sending a powerful message. Is when he's saying these things, he's actually saying these things, and these things are going to be done. It's a sad thing because the things that he has told us to do, no one wants to do it. No one wants to take on that which Ahia has mission us to do. We want to make it a little bit easier so it can go our way. All right. Yep, that's just it. In a handbasket. Sad, but it is. It is so true. And I think that's, you know what? I think you heard it when Yeshua has said, the day shall come and the day is now. And he said to them, he was telling his disciple, now is your day, but the time, he said, it's your time, but the time also shall come when the true worshipers will worship in spirit and in truth. Yeshua set that message out to those that are chosen, because the true worshipers is going to worship in spirit and truth. Did you know if you deal in the area of spirit and truth, you will never get caught up in flesh? Because flesh can't get no credit for it. And see, people who have pages have on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Patriot, and any others, it's about their page. It's not about spirit and truth. They'll flip on you back and forth. 1 minute they talking this, the next minute they talking this, because they try to ride the fence and hope that they get the subscribers coming in and the likes. So that means that they don't understand that a higher has already measured them. They don't see that. They wouldn't take that for nothing and believe it. But he has. He see them spraddling the fence. And they thinking, as long as I stay on this side and talk a little about him, I'm okay. But on this side, it's going to be me and the world. Then maybe I sneak in another word from him. And then I come over here and cover the world, because they learned. This is the true fact, y'all. They learned that the message to give to the world is greater than the message to give to the people in spirit and truth. That's how it is. They figured, well, okay, Sister Deborah look at it like this. Spirit and truth for my calling. He has called me. He has taught me since I was 4. This thing is spirit, you guys, and this thing is truth. He is spirit and he is all truth. Wait a minute now. You keep coming to me telling me all this stuff. This stuff you're saying is spirit and truth. But what they do is they go to the world. They wait till that album get on the record player when Satan put an album on, and CNN, NBC, and all the newsroom get it. They go grabbing it. Ooh, I want to get this. I want to purchase this album. They take it home, put it on the record player, and they play that thing on YouTube and Facebook, trying to get the likes and the subscribers from the music that the Satan has orchestrated. And they find pleasure in doing that. But they feel that if I can take 90% and on these devil platforms and feed them the world, and take 10% and give them something out of the Bible, then I'm good to go. That's how they feel. That's their whole mindset. I'm good to go. And then many of them have decided that, hey, wait a minute. On this end, I'm getting more subscribers and likes. People like drama. They like fighting. Ooh, they love killing. They love violence. Oh, y'all, let me tell you, that is the number one. Violence and killing and stealing and raping and fighting and racial riots. They love it. Your people loves that. And that's what they tune into. They couldn't come to Sister Deborah's Spirit and Truth, and I'm glad they don't. The Father said, all that I have given thee, ain't that what Yeshua said? I have not lost one, but all that who? A higher has given. See? It ain't got nothing to do with Deborah. See, but they thinking all the subscribers I get, all I have to do is keep giving them the worldly message. You know, everything the devil spills out. Let me tell you why it's the devil. Everything he says, he spills out. All of them get it. They go running for it, making sure they expounding on it 2 or 3 times, doing video, talking about it, bringing it to the first surface. So what? So the devil can get it on the 4, they call corners. We know it ain't corners, but throughout the whole world. See how he built the platform? Let them get on it so they can bring his message on all over the world. You see what I'm saying? Y'all don't get it. I know y'all don't, but let me tell you why. So when Sister Deborah said this is the devil platform, because it is. It is what he said it is in me. That's what he said. That's what I go for. I go by. So they play it all over for the devil. The devil said, let me get a platform, a couple of them. Let me do 2 or 3, 4 or 5, 6. I'm going to open this up and let them just go for what they know. And those that says are higher. Those that says they holier than thou, they get on here and they serve Satan in his ways. They'll throw out a higher, maybe 5 to 10%, but they on this end over here, cutting up from the floor, and then come back over here and tell you, well, I want to preach, I want to get on here and we're going to speak on this message in the Bible. It messes me up every time. I just said, look at them. And they got the people going, because as long as they can take 90% and give to Satan 90% of his chaotic, his mess, because they helping it spread. See how they helping spread Satan's word all over the world. See, y'all? See how it's the devil? You see why Sister Deborah says it's the devil platform? They spread his everything he gives them all over the world. And they can't wait to get the album he put out. First album he put out, they grab it, put it on a record player, and they spin it. And sometimes they get on here and they talk about it 2, maybe 3 times. They don't never want to just shake it once. They got to keep talking about it. All of them. That's what they do. You know why that's what they do? That's how they end up with the subscribers, and y'all didn't know that. That's how they end up with the likes and the subscribers, because they give the flesh what it desires: violence, chaos, murdering, killing, raping, stealing, racial riots, black mirroring whites, whites mirroring black. Do y'all know it's bigger than that? The whole issue that's going on from when the Father come to me and give me spirit and truth. Guess what? Spirit and truth telling me, Deborah, what they talking about is nothing. The issue and the darkness is bigger than that. So they just wasting their time, because the darkness keep getting dark. It's pitch blue right now. Black blue. And they study adding on to it for Satan, thinking that it's right. Why should Ahia gives a rat's behind about Beyonce? Why should Ahia give you a dream about Kanye? Why should y'all give you anything regarding the people that's in the world that's serving Satan? What is he to do? It don't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense. No spirit and truth behind it. No righteous, no just are behind what they're talking about. So when Sister Deborah saying the devil platform, you bet it is. I'd probably be the only one on here that ain't speaking it. Yeah, I might say something, but I ain't finna give you all lay information on what they doing. They doing what Ahia have took his hands off and allowed them to do. So why do I need to get on here and force you to hear, not force you, but get on here and want you to hear when Beyonce is riding the hearts and Beyonce got a church? Who gives a rat's behind? Not this sister, because there's no spirit and truth in it. Why ain't I talking about spirit and truth? Why ain't I talking about the light? Why ain't I trying to give the people the direction to the tree of life? Why ain't I telling them, baby, you got to thirst for this thing? Why should I be over there bothering with what is it, Kayon or K.I. or whatever his name, Beyonce, what Russia doing? Why should I be caught up with Russia doing when Ahia told me a lot of things about Russia in the Bible? He said, Mega. Why should I be focusing on the world and what the world is doing? Because Father already prophesied what they're going to do, but I'm going to forget what he say and go over here and grab out what they say so they can help. We need to help the Satan get the news out. We need to get it all over the world. You see? And they don't even understand. They're a partaker. They all up in Satan's rectum and don't know it. And Ahia standing back saying, shit, you thinking I'm coming down to do something with that? You thinking I'm coming down? You keep talking about why don't I come down? You think I'm going to come and do something with that? Huh. He said, I seen that before the foundation of the world. See, they can go down there and fool you all. But he said, me? Deborah. They don't know I saw them before they was even in their mama's womb. I saw them from the beginning to the end of their lives. I know who they represent, who they stand for. They just got everybody down their food. But me, I got them already marked where they going. When they came in, when they went out, and where they going from here. Hallelujah. So they can go on and do what that pleases them. Because that's their directions. They're walking in straight in to their eternal life. And the many of you all don't understand that. The life that you're representing on the outside of your flesh is going to be the judgment of your spirit. It's going to be the judgment of your spirit. You see? Because everything you're doing is actually showing who you really are on the other side. You see? You remember the people who, the sons of Yah, who got as many as they please of the daughters of men. Y'all got to understand when he said the daughters of men, because see, what y'all didn't know, the daughters of men were doing the same thing. So when the sons of Yah saw what the daughters of men were doing, and that they were having more and more daughters, and they were fair, they said, shoot, we're going to do it too. But Yah said, hold up. I'm finna end this, Deborah. Oh, wait a minute. The sons of Yah have gotten totally out of line, and I ain't gonna keep looking at it because they are mine. I got to bring them on back. Let me close this out right here and now. I'm gonna end this thing right here and now. So if you really want to know a little bit more why he ended, because the only way he can bring the sons of Yah back is to end the world. Yes, if you belong to him and you are the sons of Yah, males and female, he said, don't bring that crap to the temple. Because if you bring that crap to the temple, I'm going to take the temple out just to save you. That's what he means. That's what he means. I'm going to have to put you down, Deborah, just to save you. Because you can't bring that crap to the temple. I reside there. You are the sons of Yah. I abide. You're the ones that sat down to represent me, and you mean to tell me you saw what the men and the daughters of men were doing, and you got down there and you start to lust after what they were doing and decide to do it, okay, in this world. Makes a lot of sense. Think about it, y'all. Makes a lot of sense. Because with me, I'm like this here. Wait a minute. Hold up, Father Yah. Hold up. Hey, I got some questions. You hold up 1 minute. You just started this thing. How is it you going to end it? You knew what it's going to be before it was. How is it you going to end it? But Deborah, when I looked at it, the sons that I sung down on my behalf got connected with men. That's these here Pastor Giles and Gino Lick, whatever his name is, and all these other so-called Hebrew Israelite men with this here sick, lustful mindset. And let me tell y'all, I got something else to tell y'all. And please don't have no kids watching this here video, because I'm going to also tell y'all what the Spirit told me today. And honestly, I said, well, I just thank you, but I think you already told me that. That's what I told him. I said, oh, Father, I just thank you, but I think you already told me. He just wanted me to be enlightened a little more, and I thank him for it, because one part I didn't know. So he was just locking it in. But when you see that whole thing, why is it he was expounding on the sons of Yah? He said, what? I shall not strive. That means keep on at them about what they're doing. I'm not going to be doing that for their flesh too. So what did he say? I'm going to lock an age on them. See, it used to be they used to live longer. He put an age limit on them, then turn around and end the world. Why? Those were the sons of Yah. They're supposed to come down and represent Yah and return back to Yah. Yah said, I tell you what, Deborah, I had to cut it off. I had to end it all, and boot it back up. Maybe, maybe I'll just redo it. Maybe I can do something a little different. Maybe I make it a little different. You see what I'm saying? We that are the sons of Yah comes down to the earth that Satan has already deceived, still representing Yah. See, those that's going to represent Yah is going to speak spirit and truth. They're going to tell you about the light and the narrow gate and the way. Or they're going to have it the way Sister Deborah said. They might not. But whatever they have, it's going to be like a two-edged sword. It's going to hit you one way or the other. So they're going to give you the word that proceeds out of his mouth in the way he has given it unto them to give unto you. This mess these people getting, they getting the word that proceed out of Satan's mouth. 99.20 million, CNN, NBC, CBS, CBS, GABA, whatever. Ain't none of them telling no truth, y'all. Ain't telling the truth of the matter or nothing, but we gonna get it and give them the platform we say we represent something, the most high or high. And we gonna give them 90% just because we want subscribers in life. Give it to them because you done gave them yourself anyway. So how you like me now? How you like me now? So what has happened regarding ending the world? It makes now the sense. This is what he was telling me today. So again, I hope that there's no children on here at this time. I'm about to tell y'all what he said to me. You know what? Calm down, Deborah. Calm down. You know what? I'm going to say some things. Everybody who want me to say, give you all something, give me a thumbs up for me to say what I'm about to say. No kids on my end. No kids on your end. I know that's right. All right. That I got two in. Let me get one more. All right. Let me tell y'all what the Father was telling me. Today, somewhere, I thought about a man and a woman. And this is because I went into the store and I had to do a lot of cleaning. And boy, it took me 4 hours. And I was there in the store, and when I left, I got in the car and I was driving, and I was thinking about the Most High or higher. And did you all know that when he created man and he saw that it was not good because he had not completed it until woman come on the scene to meet with man, to make the will of the Father come forth. With Adam couldn't bring the will of the Father forth. Eve couldn't bring the will of the Father forth. They had to come together as one to bring the will of the Father. So it's no such thing as woman was created for man, not man for woman. They were created as them together. See, he created them as them, okay? But when he brought forth one before the other, but in one was them, you see? So he said, hold up, this is not good. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold up, Father, y'all, what you mean it ain't good? You're the one who created him first. He said, no, I didn't, Deborah, she's in him. So how do you like me now? She's in him. When I created him and her in them together. And they not created for man. Woman is not created for man, nor is man created for woman. They are created for my will, my purpose. For what? So my will can go forth. You see? So when he saw Adam and said, wait a minute, hold up, it ain't good. I'm like, wait a minute, what you mean it ain't good? Everything was good when you created it. What you mean it ain't good? Wait a minute, Deborah, I'm talking about it ain't good that he be alone because he can't bring forth my will. And when I created him, I created them. She was found in him to make it them. I'm going to have to pull her out of him so that they can meet to bring them. You see? So it's always to meet. To what? To come into one. To do what? To bring them. The will of the Father forth. You see what I'm saying? The will of the Father forth. The will of the Father wasn't that a chicken and a hen come together and a rooster, and they come together and bring eggs and bring food. No. That they were doing that. That was set. But when he saw man, he said, wait a minute, now something ain't right. Let me go and bring her on in so my will can be done. So the reason why you see her and him is so that the Father's will can be done. Not man's will, because look how man left all the kids. Look how man left their responsibility. Matter of fact, Adam took off his crown as a king in the garden. You see? At the foot of the woman. I'm just saying in like a parable, y'all. It's just a parable. You see? Meaning his headship, or not headship, yeah, you can say that. He's supposed to lead. He took it out. So let me tell you what I'm about to say since the thumbs are up. The Father was dealing with me, and I said to the Father, and I'm going to tell you why he started dealing with me on this topic. I said, Father, when it comes to a man and a woman, if he's not giving himself and she's not giving herself, then there's nothing that they're giving to one another. He told me, he began to tell me about how he created it. He created it in a way that's so awesome. Now, I knew that, y'all. Now, let me say this right. I knew this, say, in my teens, because I started putting the pieces together. Okay? I started putting it together. And as I got older and older, and I started hearing the stories from the males and hearing the stories from the females, I realized they all are off course and off balance, because none of them are getting it the way Ahia orchestrated it to be. See, Ahia had orchestrated this thing, and they didn't done it the way that gave them pleasure, and didn't even get the real pleasure in which the Most High put in them. Never did get it. OBGYN can't tell the women nothing about it, because they don't know either. That's what happened is, because they didn't know how Ahia had orchestrated this thing, okay? They took on doing it the way that pleased them, that gave them the quick fix. And that's why a lot of the men wouldn't last. And that's why a lot of the women didn't get satisfied. It's because they were both of them was off course. Then it got to the mind, to where the mind said, all I want is mine. I got to just get mine. Once I get mine, I'm gone. And the women still looking around saying, well, where's mine? She can't get hers. But she didn't understand that he didn't really get his. He got his self, something he can get if he go in his bathroom and play with himself. That's what he got, just laying down with you, because you didn't get anything. See, they don't get it. You see what I'm saying? So what the Father was telling me, I said, but Father, there's nothing really there. So that's what confuses me. What makes the world think that they got it in a handbasket and they know what they're doing? None of them know. That's why a lot of them can talk the talk, but can't do the walk. That's why a lot of them can sit and look at porno day and night, every day of the week, or every other day. That's why, because they don't, it's off course. The whole earth is off course. The whole earth, the world, and the people therein is totally off course. That's why you can catch a cat trying to get on a dog. A dog trying to get on a cat. You can catch, you can see a dog on a person's leg, because everything is off course. It's not the way he orchestrated it. So let's get back to the men and women. He said, because they took on their own task and said, I'm going to do it this way. And that's what they shoot out for, their way. You see? So they don't care if they please their mate, or their mate is satisfied because they got theirs and gone. Why? Because the length of time that they have last went so fast, because they didn't know what they were doing from the beginning. So it get to the point where now they think the only way we can satisfy, or I can get my satisfied, if she come down on me, or he come down on me, mouth-wise. Then it left the mouth, and then it become the rectum. It's never gonna be an end. Then it become male and female because they missed it. They off course because he said they never got it. And let me tell you why they never got it. When I was young, I heard him say it and teach me it. And from the part that I got was good enough to know that that was it. When you look into a telescope and they show you sperms, what do you see? What do you see? A bunch of round things that has lines. It has a line detached to it, just moving all over the place. That's life, y'all. That's life. Just moving all over the place. And then they tell you hundreds and thousands of them. You see? Those things were to enter into a woman. Okay? It wasn't supposed to be fast motion. No, that never what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be slow motion and slow movement. That's why the men come so fast. Because they didn't learn that it's about bam, 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 just moving. Baby, you don't even have to move. A higher, don't go there. You don't even have to move. Because the way he designed it, that you do nothing and still get a better result than you ever had in your life. Because they missed it. And they still miss it today. And could care less, which is too late. Because now men are going to men. You see? Just like Romans chapter 1. He's telling the truth. Women to women. That's why they messing with babies. Little girls. Why do you think Pastor Dow and them want virgins? Because they think if I get a little girl and I be able to enter in her, I'm going into something tight enough to make me feel like I'm a man. Because you ain't got nothing else you can do with it. And it makes you feel you're a man because you got a child that ain't been touched by a man. So that's what makes him think he's young. That's what makes him think he's a man. You see how sick that is? But he didn't know what Sister Deborah know. That it ain't in a virgin. Hallelujah. The way Ahia has orchestrated a woman is, and how the man supposed to go into a woman, rest on that part and remain there slightly in slow motion. Why? Because even the sperms that's all over the place will cause and trigger the woman. You see what I'm saying? See how they miss it? And when they trigger the woman in the right place, guess what? She brings down a warm sensation on the tip that shoots into him like he has never. See, they miss it. They miss the whole thing all the time. So this is why you got men going to men. Because they want, first they wanted the difference from a woman's feeling. Why? Because they feel that they have, now listen to this, they have masturbated so long to their private area is so they let me say their penis is so used to their tightness of their hand that a woman can't do nothing for it. So this is what makes them wants to use the mouth on them. This is what makes them wants to come from the rectum anywhere second to the mind, to trigger the mind that you're getting something that you really ain't. If it was so, it will fool the very elect. See, Sister Deborah ain't fooled by it. He schooled me good. You see? So I'm in the car and I'm like saying, but yeah, Father, I knew about that. I said, because I sit back and I think, these men gonna live and die and they ain't gonna even know the way you created it. They didn't even have to do it the way they did it. Like this one guy said, we'll live and die and find out we never knew nothing. You sure right. You sure right. So everything Ahia orchestrated and created, it doesn't require you to overwork it. Why? Because it was for his purpose, for his will to bring life forth. He didn't want you sweating and overdoing it. You didn't have to. You did that because you wanted to come out and do it your way, because the only way you thought was pleasant was your quick fix. And that's why many women come whining to Sister Deborah saying, I never get anything out of it. I'm just there. You see? Even the grandmothers, I'm going to be honest with you. Even the grandmothers. I've been married, Deborah, for 65 years and ain't never had a feeling. Y'all, it's the truth. That's because these men were so busy messing with these little girls and these little boys in their homes. Grandmama didn't say nothing. Granddaddy didn't say nothing. He even let his brothers do things. His sons do things. If y'all know the darkness that the Father has put up with, Sister Deborah be telling y'all it's pitch dark. Y'all don't know a cracking word she's talking about. I'm talking about from the standpoint of what I'm taught and able to see from the wilderness. I'm not talking about what you see it on CNN and what you read it and what these people on this devil platform, oh, they did. No, Sister Deborah telling you spirit and truth of the matter of what he has shown me. So I know the way and not be lost in this chaos that's out here. So you say, when, okay, you mean I can live to be 80 and never? Yes, that's what has happened, because they have forsaken the whole purpose of a woman and a woman of a man. And really the purpose was that the Father's will be done. And for his will to be done, he did not create it to be up in your rectum. He did not create your mouth to make his will come forth. You see? It's not taking all this shaking and moving and sweating. His will is already set there, waiting for you to do it right, so all can come forth. Does it bring life still? Yes, it brings life, but it does not give you pleasure in what you're doing. That's why they're going on the other side. So when you hear men saying they want to get a virgin, it's so that they can make themselves think they're young. That's it. It's a mental disease. Because there's no way I'm going to want, at least I'm saying I'm a female, but I'm saying it's no way I would, I ain't going to say I'm a man, but it's no way a man should want a child unless he's dealing in a fantasy here. So if you feel that you can have as many wives as you want and that you can get all virgins, it's because you're chasing a sick fantasy. And guess what? You still ain't got it right. Yeah, you're getting a quick fix. But you're going to get another fix when you see the Father. Because he's going to tell you everything you were doing was fixing your lust. That's why do you think the Father said, if you even look at it, and in your heart, because he knows the eyes of a man, the lust of a man rests in his eyes. So he ain't even giving you the chance to perform it. He's telling you to mess up from the floor up, even if you look. Why? Because he knew where he had locked the mystery in you. All those sperms shooting out brings an electric sensation in the womb of a woman. Once those things hit where they're supposed to, smoothly, not bouncing up and down, because bouncing up and down don't allow them to rest exactly on her uterus and massage her uterus as they go out like this here all over the place. Instead, if a man is going back and forth, he's missing the woman. This is the woman. He's going back and forth. Why? Because he's so used of that masturbating and using his hand and that sensation that he brings to his mind, to where he's supposed to, she's here and he's supposed to sit here. And this is what he's supposed to do. This is how he's supposed to do, to release the electronic of all those sperms onto her end. And when her end receives that sensation, it shoots out something onto the tip of him and give him something he ain't never had before. But they don't know nothing about that because they so busy doing it their way. They think this is it because this is their hand. And a lot of women didn't know that, and they still don't know it. It's the sensation of their hands that they have performed throughout life, even since they was little boys. So they try to get your body to give them just that sensation, that quick fix, and to just have a body there to do it. It blows their minds. So a lot of times the Bible is speaking of lust and whoremongering because he knows it's all in their mind. They're not getting it the way he designed it. They don't want it that way. They want such a quick fix to the point where they don't even want to do it the way, what he say, turning the natural use of a woman into that which is not acceptable, y'all, in the eyes of y'all. Now they want to go back in. They want you to use your mouth. And the same thing with the women. Same thing. He put places on you to be delicate for a reason. Because while you're here, he's here. And when he's moving soft, he's also rubbing softly against the part that's down here on you. You see? So he's causing you to bring out what God has in you on top of him. His tip, while he's there. But they can't seem to stay. They got to go in, because that's the only thing they know. That's why the fathers say, because of our forefathers, they done messed up on the floor a long time ago. They never did know what's right. And in spite of it all, do the children come forth? Yes, his father says, shoot, they ain't gonna get it. Come on, let me bring the children in. I got spirits to drop in this woman's womb. I got spirits to drop in. I got life that need to be dropped in and blown in. You see, I ain't got time to play with them. And now you see him trying to allow men to have babies. You see? It's always been about the way it brings pleasure to a man. Always. It's never been about doing the will of the Father and the way the Father said it is to be done. He didn't have to say it. What did he say? He said, let me tell you what he said. Let me tell you exactly what he said. I keep going to this verse because it makes me feel so good to go to it, because he makes sure he jumps out of Paul and he says it on his own. That's the way I feel it. It says, for the wrath of Ahiah is revealed from heavens against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men. Paul couldn't say that. Paul couldn't say that. He don't know that. He don't know the business of Ahiah in that way. So that's Ahiah. You should be able to see exactly when he said that which proceed out of the mouth of Yah. You have to be able to be in the spirit to know when Ahiah is stepping in and stepping out. And here it says, Romans chapter 1, verse 18, for the wrath of Ahiah is revealed from heavens against ungodliness and unrighteousness of men. Who can tell where the unrighteousness and you don't hear the whole matter, though. Hear the whole matter. The ungodliness and the unrighteousness of men. Now watch this here. Who holds the truth? Who can only say that? But the Most High Ahiah, who holds the truth in unrighteousness. Why? Because that which may be known of Ahiah is manifested in them. It's manifested in them. For Ahiah have shown it unto them. He's shown it to them. Now, verse 20. For the invisible things of Ahiah, of him, from the creation of the world is clearly seen. So they can see that that's clearly seen. Okay? Being understood by the things that are made, even the eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. So they just see what's saying here. Like I try to explain to y'all, if they cut you all off in Genesis 1 and 2 and tell you anything after Genesis 1 and 2, then they can take you into any belief, because that's when sin stepped in. And that's when sin starts to rumble and do things their way. But in Genesis 1 and 2, It tells a whole story, y'all. It takes you all the way to Revelation. It lets you see how Ahiah had orchestrated it in, how would I say it, sinless and in all and all righteous, in all righteous and in all sinless, and letting you know the moment sin, bam, came in, everything off started to go off course from that time on. That's why Cain ended up killing his brother. They were young, y'all. Instant, just like it ain't nothing. Why? Sin then stepped in, and it's time to party, and that's what they did. But he's letting them know truth was put in you, but you decide to just rumble with unrighteous. And that's even what I just explained to you. They decided to go a way that just brought them pleasure. That's why. So you go over on this end, you see how Solomon and Gomorrah, instant, boys and men, instant. Wait a minute, hold up, Father. Y'all, what about these women? No, Deborah, I ain't talking to them. I'm just showing you. You see? So today, that was something he was sharing with me about it was like, I'm going to tell you how he was like saying it, like the electrons or something that the sperms has in it when it's moving. He said, all a woman has to do, or a man, is look at a microscope at his sperms and see the life in it. And then it'll have a glow like a light. And you'll see the little worms in the little head on it, just going all over the place. Well, those are supposed to massage the uterus of the woman. You see, when it's moving, once they go. But they have to be able to massage it with the tip of their penis. See, the tip of their penis is supposed to be massaging the woman uterus. But what happened is the men decide, no, we don't want to go that far. We just want to go to tap it, back and forth. And that can't, why? Because the sperm's going all down the leg, all down before it even reached the place where the electric shoot into her, and then she brings out something back onto the tip of his penis, and that gives him a sensation out of the world that he never had. But no one will receive it. That's why I tell y'all, he said it is over. It is finished. Now, men is against men. You see? Now they want your rear end. Now they want your mouth. All out of order. Why? Because they never found, hallelujah, the place in which Ahiah had created for them to get the best of the best out of what he had created. They lost out. Anybody got any questions? Somebody laughing. Why you cry? You laughing till you cry. Why y'all missing all the power? Right, exactly. And that's a good word for it, too, ain't it? Oh. And that's sad though. That's why I tell y'all the things that he say to me, it just be like, we come in and we go out and we miss all that you have given us. we don't get to share in what he has, y'all, and that's sad. We don't get what you see how much he has given us, and we missed out. The Father, Yah, has given us so much. He just shows you he the creator of everything. You know he got to know the purpose of why he created it. No, we didn't got it and gone. And then I'm going to tell y'all something. Though. You know what he said? He said to me right now, he said, but Deborah, go to Genesis. When I said, let us make man in our image and in our likeness. And then I myself, with my power, created him and her. No, I've created them, him and her. How did it get to be about it? Y'all, I'm telling y'all might not believe this. Just think. No, wait a minute. I got to take this jacket off. Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. Listen to this. This is what he's putting on my mind right now. Okay. In the beginning, in Genesis, he said, let us make man in our image. He's talking to his right hand, which is the power. And then he said, and higher made. Let me get it. Watch it. Watch it. Genesis chapter 1. Genesis chapter 1. Ahiah said, every word that proceeded out of the mouth of Yah. Here he is. Saying something. And we still not listening. Every word that proceed out of the mouth of Yah, we supposed to be listening to. But listen to here, Genesis chapter 1. And Ahiah said, he said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them. Right here, he said, let us make man out of our likeness, their likeness, and out of their image, which is the Father's right hand, his power is a spirit. So therefore, when he created he and her, that is his image. It doesn't say that he is a he or he is her. He didn't say I am a he or I am a her. He said, I gave y'all my image. Can't y'all see my image is a spirit? Oh, and they said I'm a he. They said I'm a her. But I gave y'all my image. My image is only a spirit. Oh, if his image is a spirit, how could it be a he and her? Now watch this here. Watch this. This is what he's really giving me. Watch this. He say, and let them, not him. He said, and let them, who is them? Him and her have dominion over. And they took the dominion from the woman. They took the dominion from the woman after Ahiah had created it in a perfect, righteous, just way. And they took it in the 3rd chapter. And watch this here. And he says, and let them. He didn't say him. He said, let them have dominion over. The woman ended up losing everything he created. Have dominion over. They took it out of the righteous. They took it out of the perfect will of the Father and orchestrated their way when sin hit the ground. You see what I'm saying? Now watch this. And then he says, let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowls of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth. Wait a minute, Father, y'all. Over all the earth? Wait a minute, hold up. From the beginning, even in Torah, women they were just cattle themselves. The men were selling their daughters wealth, just like sex trafficking now. That's what the men was doing with their daughters. Now watch this here. And it says, over the fowls of the air and over the cattle, over all the earth and over every creeping thing that is upon the earth. Them have dominion. Woman, you lost your role. Men took your role from you. That Ahiah has given you and then left you with everything. And he didn't do anything. Now watch this here. 27. So Ahiah created man in his own image. He created the M-A-N, which was male and female, with what? His own image. When did he say it's a male or a female? He don't have an image that's male and female. He is a spirit. Categorizing somebody a male and a female, you really making him, like he said in Romans chapter 1. Stop trying to make him like unto a man. And that's what the men has done. That is exactly what they did. They did what he said not to do. Now watch this here. In verse 27, so Ahiah created man in his own image. In the image of Ahiah created he him. Male and female created he them. Okay? He created them male and female, but they have his image. His image is not male and female. They just got he said created a male and a female, but the image is a spirit. And when they threw in soul, that's why people are off balance totally. Even in every denomination, religion, and those who don't even have a religion, calling themselves a soul. It's a spirit. Okay? Now, in verse 28, and Ahiah blessed them, not him. He blessed them. And Ahiah said unto him, no, not him, but them. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth, subdue it, and have dominion over. Women, you lost your dominion long time ago. Long time ago. And that's why they mad at you now. Because they see that Ahiah returned it back to you, and they don't like it. They don't like it one bit. So right then, the way he orchestrated and created men has taken it away from Genesis 1, chapter 1, verse 26, 27, and 28, and 20 and 28. They didn't took it and told Ahiah, we're not going to do it your way. We got our own way to do that. Since sin didn't hit, we took on sin. We don't have to do your way. See, they didn't understand. They didn't know. Meaning you all don't know. Perfect was then. When that order was called out, it was all 100. Perfect, righteous, sinless. So if we have continued to go the way man said and not Ahiah. So we got what we had coming when we run around here and did it man way, and he did it up. He did it his way. That's why he never got the gift of what he was doing, so that he can be the man that he was supposed to be, and the woman can be the woman that she is supposed to be, and all the hidden mystery that they miss out of because man has fulfilled what you see today in the world up to their utmost. James Brown made a little statement. This is a man's work. But you notice one thing he said, without a female, none of it means nothing. And he knows it. See, if you really get in it and you see where it was perfect, it was sinless, it was all righteous in the way he created it. But when sin stepped in, the men don't understand in the Hebrew Israelite movement. When sin stepped in, then they brought all that other mess in here, and they making it right in you. That's why they wants to tell you how to look, how to walk, how to talk, how to dress. And I'm going to show you how sick they are. I'm going to tell you how sick. They run around here chasing virgins. And the virgins got more spirits in them than anything. And that's how sick they are. That's how sick they are. So just because you're going to be able to feel like you're a man, because you're getting something that ain't had nothing in it, don't mean nothing. Once you get in it, it ain't going to be like any other man and woman. That shows how sick they are. How sick they are. Because now the men are looking at men. I ain't gonna say no now. That's what they do. Porno and every other thing. Anybody got any questions? I'm sorry, Sister Deborah then took it on, and look, it's almost, what is it? Almost, okay, we'll stop at 10. Yep, we both are out of order. And just imagine how many things we missed out of as people, period, because we followed the ways of our men. And right today, we thinking we didn't. That's how our house, you talking about your household? Let me tell you something. Every scripture in the Bible tell a man how to raise his children and what to do. But if he never was in there, it has nothing to do with the woman. Never did. And y'all ain't gonna let him stand before him and lie. So they don't understand, when you stand before him, he's gonna ask you for those seeds you had in you, because they belong to you and not her. So they don't know they're gonna be asked about it. Oh yes, he gonna front them up. They don't even know that, but yes, he is. The judgment, everything you've done good and everything you've done bad in your body, not in your spirit, but what you did in your body, your spirit got the answer for it. Ain't that deep? Because your body down in the ground. It ain't coming up to the judgment seat. Your spirit is. But why you having to answer to what your body did and it's in the ground? It's because what your body did is what your spirit carried to the altar, to the throne for judgment. Your spirit gonna carry what you did in your flesh straight to the altar. And that's where you're gonna be judged. Yes. It's a lot of it. If you ever pick up that book in Romans, chapter 1, it'll tell you the story. And the way you read it, you have to be able to read it and let the Spirit read it to you. And you be like, he even said he put a strong delusion. That means, Deborah, they did it so much way back. I let it come on up to now. Let it come down the bloodline. Let it come on down. It's just that strong. Because I see only one place, in the lake of fire. Oh, that's nothing. My son, Charles, and I'm going to tell y'all the truth about what happened when he was young. I was the type of mother, you don't go to nobody's house. You don't go spend a night over friends. We did family-oriented things together. Everything we did together. No, you don't go over your cousin's house. You don't go to your friend's house. You don't go to your nobody's house. Not even your granny, if it's just not granny and pawpaw. I was just like, that's the type of mother I was. But one thing I never liked it, y'all. That's why I have to answer to the Most High on this one, even this one. That's why they've been watching my baby ever since he was like 9 years old. Me and been watching my son ever since he was 9 years old. 9 years old. 9 years old. Yes, since he was 9. That's why I'm telling y'all, this thing is deeper than deep. A lot of women be trying to blame themselves and say, oh, this ain't got nothing to do with you. I remember the father telling me when I had only 4 children, he was telling me over on Harborne, he said, I ain't talking to you. And I'm like, he said, Deborah, I'm not talking to you. He said, let me talk to the men. Because what he was saying, he was teaching me. But he wanted me to know the difference. And when I'm talking to men, let me talk to men, Deborah. When I'm talking to women, let me talk to women. When I'm talking to their children, I will be talking to them. But when I talk to everybody, I'm talking to man. But let me talk to the men. Because he's saying that this here book, while the Hebrew Israelite hooping and hollering, saying this telling us about us, he telling us about you, men. And the women ain't never picked it up to even read it to see. He ain't talking to you. And 90% of it ain't even talking to you. So if he had to tell me to shut up, I know he ain't talking to me about a lot of it. But what he is talking to me about, I thank him for my brother had to end our phone call because I refused to allow. And I don't allow my sons them to say anything because the only thing they say to me, they say, Mama, when we in the barbershop, that's all the men be talking about, women. But my oldest son, he'll tell you, shoot, if it wasn't for women, I don't know where we would be. They would be honest, and they say some of the honest. I mean, women, let me say this to y'all. There are some things only men can say that we cannot say. And there are things only women can say and not men. We as women have to listen also to these men. Because even my sons, they are always telling me things of how they see these men doing this. Or they might even say how the women be out here fighting. Seeing these things, you see? They have to be able to not hear mama talk this, but experience it by seeing it and hearing it themselves. Not so much as us women telling them what it is, but seeing it themselves. And that is a blessing to me because that is what the Father allowed them. He allowed me to drop a seed. And as time go on, they'll be saying the things to me that they are experiencing. And I'll be saying to myself, I said, now, wasn't that what I just told him? Didn't I tell him that last year? You see, Ahia got a way that the men learn of what he said. You see? Oh, yeah, baby. They was after him at 9. They was after my baby at 9. Even when I used to go to the barbershop. And they don't even have to, I didn't go to the same one. I'm telling you, they've been after him. It's a behavior. Yes, you're right. And it came back way back from Solomon Gomorrah. See, a lot of people think he in the world. See, that's why I say y'all sick. Because y'all don't listen to him. He is a quiet voice that's willing to teach you spirit and truth. If you shut up long enough to hear him, he'll tell you. That's why he says study to show yourself. Yourself. Don't study to show nobody, but yourself approved. Rightly dividing what is true and what is not. And when I see you doing that, I'm coming. I'm going to teach you from that end, from that time on. But we don't want to wait for that. We want to interpret it ourselves and get our own self-understanding. Yeah, that's what I heard. But who? You know what? I'm telling you, this Torah thing is let me tell you something. Let me say this here to you. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. Why would an individual think Ahia would be concerned about if you cremated or if you put in the ground in a casket? When his disciples had an issue where they wanted to go back to bury, he said, let the dead bury the dead. You see? You either come follow me or you go where the dead is at. Let the dead bury the dead. Let me explain to you what you just said. You're not saying this, but this is what you're saying. Is it a sin? You're asking the question. Let's look at Peter. Was Peter the one turned upside down? Was Peter upside down when they killed him? You know how many of the Most Highs was beheaded, tormented? You know how many of the people in the Bible was burnt up? Ahias. You see what I'm saying? Put on fire. Many. Beheaded. Look at John. Beheaded. Head separate from the body. You know why? Because the head was given to the girl. Remember? It was somewhere else. But his body was placed one place, but the girl had his head. That was the agreement. John the Baptist. So tell me, what's the difference from cremating and getting burnt up? What's the difference from being beheaded, your head over here and your body over there? You see, a lot of people are trying to stick with rituals that was done back in Torah time. Like he said, let the dead bury the dead. I ain't got no, y'all don't understand. Ahia don't got no dealings with your flesh. If he say we can't worship him in our flesh, why should he be concerned where our flesh is at or how it's burnt up or it's in a casket? In a casket, you're just making a lot of these heathens more money and more money. So it really doesn't make any difference, y'all. It really doesn't. If you really look at it in a spiritual and truth situation, why would Ahia be caught up in your flesh? I didn't get that rainbow thing. That's right. You see how they took the rainbow and made it them? And the whole world recognized the LBGTEB as if they own the rainbow colors. You see how they mess up? You see how they pervert things and turn it into the way that they see fit? So I hope I answered that question about being cremated instead of burial, because guess what? Ahia ain't come get your flesh. He ain't got nothing to do with that. He already got his breath. That's it. Death bring that breath right back to the bosom of the Father. So you think he care about that flesh? I don't think so. What about somebody having a car accident? He got burnt up. A plane crash, everybody burnt up. Come on now, talk to me. See, some of the stuff they say just don't make no sense. Yep, sense nine. But just you also have to be able to really do your study on really how did we get to midnight dark, and you'll find it out how many family members. And it's a thing that don't get involved. Don't ever get involved in it, because you'll find out things that's really, 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 really hurt you. I mean, like really hurt you. Yep, the Romans are definitely, they don't want to do all that child sacrificing and molesting those children. It goes way back, y'all. It goes way back. History repeating itself. There you go. And you notice he said that which is in the dark should come to the light. So we are blessed even in the in this day and time, because he is bringing things to our light. But it's just what we do with it. Just take heed to it, that he wanting you to see the light, even if it's a pin needle. He's tired of you just wanting to see the darkness. He wants you to see a little light of really what he stands for. You know, he said, you're the light of the world. You set up on a hill. What happened to the men during that time? You don't see not one sitting up on a hill, because they are not even entitled to sit up on a hill and be the light to the world. Not one Hebrew Israelite man on these devil platforms and off this devil platform can sit up on the hill and be a light unto the world. That's right. The flesh is going back to the ground, the dirt, the dust. It's crazy. Yeah, the breasts go back to him. That's his breath of life he gave you. When he breathed that breath of life in you, it came with a spirit, which is a light. In the Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 5 and 4 and 5. In him was life. And that's what he gave you, was life. Life is the breath of life. And in man, he gave him a light. That's his spirit. And I think that too, I sit back and I say that it's sad that people don't know this and they don't know that. But it's not really sad, y'all. It's still going the way the Father wanted it to go. Not that he wanted it to go, but the way he saw it to go. So it's really not as sad as Sister Deborah said. It's just a word I use to say that it is sad. It feels sad. His essence. Yeah. And they in a religion. Ahia is not a religion. He has nothing to do with that. But you know what he will do? Let me tell you what he will do. Before he allow any sons of man to be taken out of here. No. Let me say that right. Before he allow any of the sons of men, no, the sons of Yah. Anytime before he allowed the sons of Yah, he calls us the sons of Yah. Okay, those that he sent down here. Before he allow you to bring evil and wicked to the temple any way you wanna, or anyway, he would take you out so that you can be saved. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's the one I know. That's the one I know. He said, here, get your butt up out of here before he let you bring that mess to the temple, because you belong to him. So therefore, before he lets you get that far out or into the deep, oh no, I take you off this earth, snatch my breath, bring you to the sleep, and I deal with you on the other side. But you're going to be saved. Y'all don't know this Most High. Y'all don't know him. You need to get to know him. I think 98% of people don't care where their spirit going. They don't even care. They don't even have them. Let them tell you they got a soul. Mm-hmm. That's right. That's all that's important. And see, the spirit ain't gonna die. It's at sleep. Watch. The moment that breath is snatched out, that spirit goes into a sleep. You see? And the flesh can get burnt up in a car accident, in a plane crash, in any old thing. In a house, it don't matter. So where are the people buried that died in the plane crash? Where are the people buried at? I heard the Father say, when that time comes, the dead in the sea gonna have to give up the dead. Because they down there asleep. Hallelujah. He ain't talking about nobody. He talking about the spirit. The sea gonna have to give up the dead. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. When the higher calls for his, hallelujah, the sea gonna have to give up the dead. The dead what? The dead body is going to be dead, but the sea gonna have to give up what belongs to Ahia. Yes, Father. Yes. Yeah, they do. And just imagine who they parents listen to. See, it goes all the way back to their parents, their parents, their parents, their parents. When you go back, if the father said, "Come, let me take you back," you come back and you say, "Father, just take me on with you. I can't go further. No, I know my babies, my grandbaby, and everybody. No, Father, I just can't go. Can you just go and take me from here? Let me go. Can I go with you? You ain't gonna want to go back. You ain't gonna want to go back. Because when you find out how messed up from the flow up it was from the beginning, not from the beginning of Genesis, but after it's sin, you say, well, wait a minute. This thing been going a mighty long time. Why do we think that he should continue letting it continue? How can it get any worse for us when we ain't got sense enough to see that it is worse? Let me see if I can find out where he said. Let me see if I can say this here. In the Bible, when he said until Noah had built the ark. Y'all should see the verse that said how Ahiah felt. Wow. You all go whenever you get a chance, when you go to Genesis just read about how the father was very disturbed and hurt that he had to wait for Noah to complete the ark. You should see what he said. He turmoil. It's like, Father, you could have blinked your eye and it would have been finished. But it's just the ideal of how he had to. He didn't have to, but he wanted to keep it the way that he had it going until Noah completed the ark. But he expressed his feelings. Mm-hmm. He expressed his feelings, and that's the same feelings that's going on right now. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Mm-hmm. Bring him out to the light. That's it. And it's for mm-hmm. Yeah. Long suffering. Did he say that? Is that it? What did he say he did? It was he suffer long? It was something he said. I like to get that. Somebody pull that up, that verse, because I want you all to see if you think for 1 minute that he find it to have any type of happiness or pleasure with what we're doing down here, and he don't have no feelings toward it. Use a lie from the pit of hell. If you think that he's sitting high and low and all about feeling this thing like it's all well. No, he ain't doing that. I just want to find the verse where he's talking about because when I read it, I kind of felt sad, just the idea that knowing that he's the creator, he could have blinked his eye and ended and said, no, you're taking too long, get on out of here, bam, that's it. Anybody can get that verse? That chapter and that verse. Praise the Most High, Ahiah, y'all. Praise the Most High. Oh, we got it. Numbers 14 and 8. It's not in Genesis. Okay, well, let's go there. Let's go. Numbers. Oh, okay, it might be. Okay, got you. And then I have to see if there's something let's see, 14 and 18. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. 14 and 18. And Ahiah is long suffering and great mercy, forgiving iniquity and transgressions, and by no means clearing the guilty, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children until the third and fourth generations. Okay, yep, that's one telling you that. But the one I'm speaking of is when he was waiting for Noah to complete the ark. He was a feeling a certain way, and it's kind of sad, and it really is, because if I believe that he was, but it's just the idea somewhere in us. Let me say this to you all out there, and I'm gonna tell this to you. Somewhere in you, somewhere down in you, have to feel some sort of compassion, or care about Ahiah. Somewhere in you, you have to be able to feel that he's all that and we ain't all nothing, and we just keep disappointing him. Genesis chapter 6. Let me see where that's at. And matter of fact, I had it packed down. Did anybody get it? Not yet, huh? Yeah, it talks about how he felt just having to wait for Noah to complete, as if he couldn't blink his eye and it would have been over. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find that so I can show you all, give that to you the next time, because I read that and I thought that was really touching when he said that. And it wasn't really nice. It wasn't really he just, to me, when I read it, I was like, wow, ain't nobody ever taught that. I never heard uh 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 um so I'm gonna get that, and the next time I come on, I'm gonna have that verse, that chapter and that verse for you. Oh, someone else got it? Oh, I'm sorry, I ain't even looked. First Peter. No, I think you got the, let me see. First Peter 3. When he's talking about Genesis 3. Oh no, not that one where he says his spirit shall not always strive with man. And when you look up the word strive, that means, striving with him, because he knew the sons of Yah was his. Those were his angels that returned back to him. He said, I'm not going to strive with him because you know what? They are flesh too. So when I send them down there, they're flesh, even though they're spirit, but they're flesh too. So I'm not going to strive with them because they flesh too. So they're going to end up getting caught up with the flesh. Oh, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna end this mess right here and now, because those are mine. This going too deep. See, y'all don't really get it. Y'all really, 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 really do not get it. Because to me, it doesn't make any sense for Ahiah to end the world, because the way they said he ended the world. No, it's more to it than that, y'all. He don't create all this and then just end it like that. No. And he was aiming at flesh and blood. He was aiming to end that. But everything else had to go down, because when we messed up, the whole earth is messed up. That's why you got cats, dogs going after cats. Pretty soon you're going to have cats going after rats. And I don't mean eating them. If the whole earth is out of course, sin bring on so much. Sin bring on so much. Genesis 6:3. No, that's not it either. Okay, someone said Peter, First Peter and Second Peter. Let me go there. But I thought for sure I saw it in Genesis. It might be in Peter. I don't know. Yeah, I had death in the family, y'all. Kind of made me yeah. Deborah, what are you looking for? First Peter and 3 and 20. 3 and 21st. 3 and 20. No, that's not it. That's not it. Second Peter 3 and 9. No, that's not it either. It has to do with what took place during the time he was waiting for Noah to complete he said it bothered him that he was waiting for Noah to complete, because he wanted to just end it with a blink, but see, he had orchestrated everything in the heavens already. See, so he had to wait on the earth to make it come forth, to watch it come forth. See, he was like, hey, come on, I can blink this eye, it needs to be all over, but I had to sit here and wait for Noah to finish doing what he doing. Oh, I got some years on what I'm really wanting to do right now. They made me so mad. And I get him. Because when he sat there and he left verses for me to understand, this is what he said, y'all. And I don't understand why y'all in the live chat don't read it. In Deuteronomy 28, the whole Deuteronomy 28, he says in there about how you would go mad at the sight of what you shall see. Now, who you think he talking to? Who is he talking to? He's telling someone who knows spirit and truth. He's talking to someone who know him. He's giving them a warning. It's what you call keeping the light on. You see? Leaving the light on. Because you saying this 3 times in the end game of Deuteronomy 28. You trying to tell somebody that they themselves just gonna go mad based on what they see. And that's me, for sure. I'm gonna tell y'all, if it ain't for him living in me, I will be as a loony bird, because the things that I have seen and I see continually seeing, because the only one, listen to this though, y'all, I'm gonna say it like I'm feeling it. The only one he's talking to is the only one that can see. Hallelujah. The only one he's talking to is the only one that can see and knows based on what they see the end game. You can't see. He only talking to the one that can see. He letting you know what the sight of your eyes shall see, you're going to go mad. He's letting you know. What was that? That sounded like my, what was that? He's letting you know. Oh, that was my phone. I don't know who telling me. Okay. At the sight that you may see, that's a message to a chosen. You know, I'm telling you all this that's going to take place. And when you see it, you're going to go mad. That's what he's talking. That's what he's saying. So when I sit and I tell y'all to read it, do you see it? Do you get it? The reason why you don't get it and you don't see it is because it ain't for you. You see? Because for him to put it in there 3 times, you shall go mad at the sight of what thou shalt see. Who are you telling this if the whole Hebrew Israelite movement don't even know there is an end game? So he ain't talking to them. That's why they can't see it. They can sit and read it day and night, night and day. They can claim to be an apostle, like Geno Jennings. He don't want to let nobody know that he's a Hebrew. He's a Hebrew Israelite. He don't want nobody to know nothing about that. See, they want to say they talking truth, but you're teaching a lie. See, you can't say I want to. The truth is only when I want to speak it. I'm not going to talk about any other thing in here that's truth when you's a liar. See, Ahiah said, when you come to the knowledge, hallelujah. When you come to the knowledge, then. But see, what is happening, these people are not coming to the knowledge because they stuck in their knowledge. So they can't come to some knowledge of the Most High or higher because they stuck in their knowledge. And that's the only knowledge He's going to allow them to get in. No, I'm looking for the part he's talking about Noah having to wait for Noah to complete the ark and how he I'm gonna use the word disappointed that he has to wait when he don't have to, but it's the way he ain't saying disappointed. It's the way he said it. It's the way he's saying it. And I don't know where it's at, but I'm gonna get it tomorrow. I don't know what day. I'm gonna have to get into it. But okay, we are riding into 10:13 Central Time, my time. Anybody have any questions before Sister Deborah wrap it up? Or maybe you have an answer to something, or you want to say something before we wrap this thing up tonight. I thank the Most High, Ahiah, for you all. Sister Deborah had a good laugh, and she's gonna get in here and exercise and take her little old self to sleep. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So whenever you all might find it and get it before I do, y'all just look in there and see what the Father said about waiting for Noah to complete the ark. He wasn't feeling this thing, y'all. He wasn't feeling it. And all he had to do is blink an eye, but just showing you how he's so in order to his will. He don't want to step out of it, and he don't want to step in it. He just want it to walk itself out. And I like that. Oh yes, you sure right. And did you know you can use that for a lot of them because it fits a whole bunch of them, and definitely him. Because anytime you think that you can take male and put them on one side of the building, and the females on the other side, and the women looking like who did it and what for, Look like they came running out of the woods from the cotton field, and the men dressed in suits and all nice and decent. That's a lot of that don't make any sense. That's just like dolls. These women looking like slave women that's running through the woods or running from somewhere. And they walking around with all name brand junk on. You see what I'm saying? It don't make sense, y'all. It don't make sense. They trying to bring up that old way that steps strictly into sin. That's what they trying to do. And it ain't gonna work. It's too much sin. It's the sin don't care. Sin ain't saying, I don't have to go back there. Yeah, I did enough back there. I'm trying to bring a new thing in here. Yeah, it talks about his long suffering, but I'm talking about, he's talking about Noah. The Father is talking about Noah in the ark, him building it, and how he suffered long, waiting for the ark to be built. That's what he said. That's what he said. God said, I suffered long for the ark to be built. Let me see if that's what he said. Okay, wait a minute. No, I don't see that. But I'm gonna find it. I don't know where it's at, but I'm gonna find it because it's a good it's something good that you all need to listen to when you hear it. You know, it'll take you off because you'll say, "Well, wow, you know, he really was disappointed in what they were doing," and you have to understand it was more than what they said. Who's always in white? I thought that was Farrakhan. Them they dress all in white, but when I look at Benny, what's his name, Gino Jennings, they be in all kind of colors. Yeah, that's it. That's it. The long suffering. There it is. You got it. What verse is that? That's it. Which sometimes were disobedient. When once the long suffering of Ahiah waited in the days of Noah. See, the long suffering. Hold on. Why was that a long suffering for him? He could have blinked his eye and it was over. You see what I'm saying? He just letting you know I had order. Waited in the days of Noah while the ark was being prepared. We're in few. Yeah, he suffered long, just waiting. See, long suffering. Why was he suffering? Why was he long suffering? He had the power to just, I don't know. I read that and I think of, I have a feeling for that when I see that. Oh, the women in his church. I thought they have on all colors. Look like they be having clothes. I don't know. I ain't seen them in all white. Now they might have had a program going on where they had on all white, but normally they be on having all kind of different colors, and they all have masks on. Have they told them to take the mask? I don't watch them, y'all. I really don't. Sometimes I might every blue moon, maybe if it's once a month, I might not even do it once a month. You know how you just strolling and you're looking for somebody to hear, or you say you want to see if this person's still off balance, and you just hear a few minutes and you get off. That's me. But yeah, that was it. Suffered long during the times of Noah when he was suffered. You know what he do? Y'all know what he mean when he said that? Suffered long while Noah. Why was he suffering? over 2 years ago. And you see how he going after the world? He's going after all the, how can you go after anything and nobody in your congregation knows spirit and truth? All they know is that they've been baptized in your dirty water and they came out. You don't know if they baptized. See, a lot of people messed up on the floor because they think because people are coming to their church and they dedicated to listening to them every Sunday, you know, that they got them wrapped. Baby, you just don't know. Them people ain't tied up too tight to be sitting up under you and hearing you say the same thing. It ain't all right. Yeah, you wrong. Fight back from ending it. Right there. That's it. Yeah. That's what I was saying. He could have done it at a blink of an eye, but he wicked mess that they were doing. And listen to who talking. Sister Deborah, after all this stuff that's going on now, he said, I'm going to get mad. I'm going to go mad. And I told him I'm already there, Father, y'all. Thank God you with me. Yeah, he was being very patient. That's what I think. And I think that's kind of sad. It had to been that grace. You know, it had to been something. Holding back that right hand power. That's exactly it. Because the sin was so bad, y'all. He said every imagination, every thought of their imagination was wicked and evil. That means when they went to eat, they was wicked and evil. When they woke up in the morning, they was wicked and evil. Every throughout the day, they was wicked and evil. Why is he saying every thought? That's deep, y'all. That's deep. And that's the way it is today. That's what he said. You're right. Every imagination. That was pretty deep. And for him to be the creator, to sit there and see that had to have been something. And knowing he could have just blinked his eyes or say, and that would have been it. But more patience. Yeah. You got more than we have. Yeah. Yep, there's a high level of wickedness and evil today. But also, remember, he gave the wicked and evil, even wicked, they time. That's why they making sure they gonna do what they supposed to do. And that's why they rushing everything. Because he gave them that time. They know that they on a time scale with the will. Just like we have to walk things out. Everything that's been prophesied, everything according to his will have to walk itself out. And guess what? We at the end, he said. Yep, they were sealed to do it. That's the point I'm saying. You see that? He had to see their wickedness, not one time, but 2 times. He saw it before the foundation of the world, and then there it was right before his face. That's right. Yep. I guess that would be long suffering, huh? He still gave him the grace period to repent. At this point, I don't even think they was gonna get no repent. They weren't gonna. They couldn't repent, baby. Noah was starting working on that ark. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, it was over. See, that's why I was saying, yeah, like now he ain't coming to make change that. Oh no, he ain't. He ain't come. He's not going to change what's going on, y'all. So you think he coming for you right now? You can hang it up. You better come for him. You better be trying to get to him because he ain't coming for you. You better try to get to him because he ain't coming, y'all. He ain't coming down here. He ain't coming down here to give you no new revelation, new nothing. He gave you what all he had and all he had to give you. Everything is walking his word out. I'm just so shocked, which I'm gonna touch bases with this one guy. He said he a prophet, and I know he can do it. But what I believe that nobody don't want to tackle the idea that we as a people is scheduled to be destroyed, and to accept that you can move on. Look how Sister Deborah been and said it. Look how we dealing with it. It ain't even taking us. We ain't losing no sleep. Anybody losing any sleep? No. You see how you start to embrace what is being said, and it ain't cutting you out on nothing. You just now know spirit and truth of the matter of what's going on. But it don't make you go into no sorry and no pity party. Oh, no, it ain't doing that. You just running on. You see? And that's, do y'all get what I'm saying? It's not taking nothing from you. It's allowing you to know the light. You can see clearer. And you don't feel sad because he said you're going to be destroyed, because you're preparing your spirit. Once that mind is destroyed, that spirit going to pick it up and run. And that's when the higher is going to pick you up and take you up out of here. But see, they don't think, they looking at it, no, I can't accept that. That can't be. No, they ain't looking at it. They ain't going to even look in it. No, they ain't going to do that. And that's what someone said. I didn't know how long it was, but that's a long time. Wait a minute. So yet his days shall be 120 years. Is that why he said that in Genesis chapter 6:3? Yet his days shall be 120 years. So it took Noah 120. That's a long time. Look it up. You say it again. He gave us 400 years and we still don't. You see what I'm saying? We still the same stiff-necked rebellion and disobedient today. 400 years. 400 years, y'all. But we said we awakened. Still doing the same thing. So I know he really long-suffering now, ain't he? No, he ain't. He know what end he at. He know what corner he on now. He know what he's about to do now. Because it ain't going to be no more of this. It's no more, y'all, after this one. It's no more. It's going to be the New Jerusalem. Yep, there you go. Mm-hmm. He said there's, I don't know, what was that? He was saying, won't even taste death. Some won't even taste death. To that kingdom. That's right. I know that's right. So Sister Deborah, is going to end this live upload video. And I appreciate each and every one of you all tuning in tonight. And I pray that you all got something out of it. And I will see you again. See you again. Why do I say that? See you again. Yeah, I will see you again. I see your names and your pictures. So I will see you again. Yes. And thank you, baby. Thank you all. So Sister Deborah is going to go on in here and look crazy for the rest of the night until I fall asleep. Appreciate you too. I appreciate you too. Oh, okay. His suffering and ours. Okay. All right. And thank you, babe. So I see you all. Good night.